I am so excited to be filming this for you. I just couldn't wait to share this tutorial with you guys. I'm using the new Anastasia and Mario palette, and I just immediately fell in love with this palette. It has quickly become one of my favorite palettes of all time, so I'm just so happy to be sharing this with you. I'm just priming the lids and then setting it with the loose translucent powder, and I'm going to pick up my first shade that I'll be using from the palette. I'm going to pick up the shade Lula, which is a gorgeous cool toned brown shade, and place this right into the crease using a tapered blending brush. I'm actually going to place this a little bit above the crease as well. This is going to act as a nice neutral shade. After I apply Lula, I'm going to pick up the shade Isabel, which is a beautiful warm orange shade, and just use the same exact blending brush. And I'm going to place this shade a little bit lower than I applied the first one. I decided that I wanted to add some warmth into this look because the colors that I will be using on the lid definitely tend to lean a little bit more towards the cool side. So I'm just blending back and forth, and now I'm picking up this fluffy brush that actually came in the palette with no product on it, and you can see I'm just blending out the edges because I want to get rid of that harsh line where the shadow stops. So I'm just blending, and now I'm taking a smaller fluffy brush with the Isabel shade and going right directly into the crease. Now this is the only shadow that I used that wasn't in the palette. This is a Morphe single shadow in the shade Cream Puff, and I'm just using this to do a subtle highlight on the brow bone. And now I'm just taking a fluffy blending brush and blending over where those shadows meet. Now I'm taking the shade Claudia from the palette, which is this gorgeous navy grayish blue color. It is just so perfect. Like, this is the perfect blue color. It's such a subtle blue. Like, I feel like it's such a perfect way to add some color into your everyday routine. I just love this shade so much. Anyways, I'm just packing this on the outer corner of the eye, really building up the color. You can see I had quite a bit of fallout with this shade, so I did go ahead and clean it up with a makeup wipe. You can totally wait to do that until the end, but sometimes it bothers me. So I just went ahead and did that now, and I will do it again later. Now I'm taking this gorgeous shade called Bronx, which is like a muted olive dusty color. It's just, another shade that's just perfection. This entire palette is perfection. I'm telling you guys, I am obsessed. And I'm just packing this on the inner corner of the eye. So I like to take a flat synthetic brush to do this step because I feel like it really, really packs on the product. And I just went ahead and layered on more of the blue shade, and then I just blended them together. I picked up a little bit more of the orange shade. I decided I wanted even more warmth. I felt like it really just made the other shades on the lid stand out so much more. And now I'm just cleaning up the outer edges using a makeup wipe again. Now I'm picking up this beautiful gold shade called Fifth Ave, and I'm taking a small round brush to just apply this right to the inner corner for a pop of highlight. Now I applied lashes. These are the Allure lashes in the number 126. I've had these lashes forever, you guys, and I've never really worn them. I only wore them once, and I applied them with this look and fell in love with them again. So if you have anything that's just been sitting in your makeup drawers that you haven't used, give it a try because you never know, you might fall in love. Now I'm priming my face using the Makeup Forever Smoothing Primer. The foundation that I'm using is by Milani. This is their 2-in-1 foundation. This is so full coverage, you guys. Like, it has crazy coverage. So what I'm doing is applying it with a duo fiber brush first, and then I'll go in with a beauty sponge. The one that I'm using today is by Morphe, and I will blend it out. This is the shade 01 Vanilla. As you can see, it's too dark for my face and even just a tad bit too dark for me in general, but this is their lightest shade. So I really do enjoy the formula of this foundation, and that is why I continue to use it. I'm taking this concealer stick by Nude Sticks. This is in the shade number 7, I believe. And I'm just going to do a subtle contour and bronze to the face. And I'm just applying this to the hollows of my cheeks. I like to contour my chin. I like to make that area look a little bit slimmer. I like to add some warmth and dimension to my nose, so I'm going to contour there as well. This is completely optional, you guys. You can totally skip this. I like to do this for my tutorials because I find that it really adds dimension to the face, especially on camera and in photos. It just really adds an extra step and photographs beautifully. So that's what I'm doing, and then I'm blending it out using a beauty sponge or a duo fiber brush. Do whatever works best for you. I like to switch between the two, and I find that it always turns out great. So once I've blended that out, I'm going to pick up this new concealer. Yay! I could not wait to get my hands on this concealer. Now this looks so light. Oh my gosh, you guys, with this foundation and the concealer being so light. But don't worry, just trust me. Trust me, I will make this work. This is the Tarte Shape Tape Concealer in the shade Fair. This is the lightest shade, but this, you can see my face. I'm like, whoa. This concealer has been sold out for so long, and it was finally back in stock, and this was the only shade that they had left. So it's what I'm working with right now until my shade comes back in stock. So I'm blending that out using my Morphe Beauty Sponge. I'm mixing together the RCMA No Color Powder with the Laura Mercier Translucent Loose Powder, and I'm using a dampened sponge to just set all of the areas that I applied concealer. This is my favorite way to set the concealer because I find that it really makes the product sink into the skin rather than just building up and being cakey on top of the skin. So I'm going to let that bake for a while, and then I'm applying right now, this is the MAC Mineralized Skin Finish Natural in the shade Light Plus, and just setting the rest of my face using that powder. And now taking a clean brush, I'm dusting away all of that excess powder from when I set my concealer, and as you can see, it gives a nice flawless finish to the skin. I just love this technique. Now I'm taking the Physicians Formula Butter Bronzer. This is my favorite bronzer from the drugstore, and I'm just going to basically apply this in all of the areas that I applied my cream bronzer / cream contour, and I'm just going to build this up on top of the cream to make sure that we don't lose any of that dimension from before. It also helps lock the creams in place. I love to use a small tapered blending brush to do my nose contour, so that's just what I'm doing here. And now I'm going in with a big fluffy dual fiber brush and just blending out all of the areas that I applied that bronzer to make sure that it's nice and seamless. Blush, I'm using the Morphe 9N palette. It's such a beautiful palette full of neutral shades. I highly recommend checking it out, you guys. It's only like $20, super affordable and really nice quality. So just adding some blush, and then of course blending that out as well. And now moving on to highlighter. This is the e.l.f. highlighter in the shade Moonlight Pearls. It's a baked product. You guys, I have not touched my high-end highlighters since I purchased this. I have been using it every single day. It has just become one of my favorite products to use to highlight. So that's what I'm doing here. Super affordable, only $4. That's insane. Once I'm done doing my highlight, I'm going to move back to the eyes. I'm going to be focusing on the lower lash line and picking up all 3 shades that I used on the lid and putting them on the lash line, and that's what you'll see me doing here. Just using like a small precise packing brush to apply this to the lower lash line. I applied the 2 darker shades first and then went in with the orange shade to blend both of those colors out. Now I'm just spraying my face with some MAC Fix Plus and coating my lashes with the Rimmel Lash Accelerator Mascara. For lips, I decided to use one of these new Stila liquid lipsticks. I chose the darker brownish shade called Serenata. Just applying this to the lips, I just love this color. Oh my gosh, there's so many fun things coming out for the holiday collections and all that fun stuff. I decided to go with a glossier finish to the lips, so I took this NYX Intense Butter Gloss in the shade Chocolate Crepe. Just gave it this really beautiful, warm terracotta color. So yeah, that is it. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please don't forget to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't already. And make sure to go and check out this palette because it is limited edition, and I'm telling you guys, it has been my current obsession. I love this palette so, so much. Thank you guys, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.